He said that you said something to the whatever people about him. Brian asked me why people were harassing me in his chat, and I told him. And then Brian was like, okay, do you not want me to have him on? And I was like, I don't care what you do. You're an adult man. I just want you to make sure that he doesn't bring me up, because I didn't bring him up, and I want this to all be over, and I think this is all cringe. That's all I said to Brian.
That's not all she said, by the way, and I know that for a fact.
She's literally a serial false abuser.
True. False accuser.
Like false accuser, he means? Which I'm not. Hasan's he should be a fucking felon. He's paid for sex. He's bought prostitutes before. Like, go to jail.
Does anybody have a link of the video to me talking to Lav? I was walking outside, I was talking on the phone. Does anybody have a link to that video? Is that on YouTube anywhere? But it was when I was talking to her and she admitted that there was like nothing that went wrong, or I didn't actually do anything wrong or whatever. I think it was the one when Shaylin jumped on for a little bit. My lawyer did want to start reviewing material and I haven't sent him anything yet. So I'm trying to, I need like a video or two to get him started.
Steven is conflating what Mr. Girl is doing with how I feel when I have publicly said that I diverge from Mr. Girl's feelings about everything. I've publicly said this, I don't know how many times now. Steven, I really don't even have anything against you besides the fact that I just don't want to be...
Cool. So Mr. Girl's article is going to come out and it's going to say I was incredibly abusive and coercive towards Lab because this is like one of his 2 star witnesses. And then somehow she's going to get behind it and try to like square it away with what she's saying now. But at least it's public here now. So whatever, I'm good on that.
Wait, Steven, there's no, like, I'm not making a public statement. There's nothing I've said, or there was no accusations of me in the thing. It is literally, I just gave Max our logs and he had access to all of the live streams. That is literally it. There is no like, I'm not painting a narrative. I am
You called me Harvey Weinstein. You say I'm sexually abusive and coercive to women. You say that all these fucking people, you're leaking details about fucking everybody. How are you saying you're not painting a narrative? You're constantly doing these things about me.
When I said that you were the Harvey Weinstein of whatever the it was after finding out that you had sexual relationships with more than a few.
Why was Harvey Weinstein Harvey Weinstein?
Because he was all these girls were sleeping with him to get gigs.
Have you seen any evidence of anybody trading sexual favors with me for stream time, or me even implying that was the case with anybody?
So Steven, this is when this conversation needs to expand, right? Because I'm not implying, or I don't think necessarily, and I'm sorry I said the Harvey Weinstein thing. And that's just sort of
I think it's the calling me a Harvey Weinstein and accusing me of sexual coercion with no evidence has deeply affected you.
Oh, no, I think even before that, the situation was deeply affected us, for better or for worse. And that could be, I mean, I don't necessarily think that that's your fault. I think it's just being in the public eye at such a large scale. But again, Steven, you're like putting a lot of like accusations and words in my mouth, like expanding off of things that I've said, and I don't...
This is, if you were to poll the community, 99% of people would agree that you... Wait, this isn't the video. No. I was outside talking on like, on earbuds. This can't be it. The audio quality was way worse. Just as irrelevant Darius stream change. I think what I'm gonna do is, I'm not gonna blackball people, but I think what I'm gonna do is if you feature live on your stream, I think I'm just not gonna have you linked anywhere on my website. So I'm gonna probably kill all embeds and stuff like that. I think that's a reasonable like middle ground step for me to take. It's insane to me that like somebody that's hurling around false accusations to multiple people, by the way, arguably her worst accusation wasn't even against me, it was against Hasan. I don't want to be involved in promoting anybody. Like the fact that she's literally getting onto podcasts because she's leached popularity off of my platform and then saying God knows what to these people, because I don't know if she's like telling the because she's talking shit because I asked the whatever podcast people, she's telling them about our history and shit. I don't want to be involved in promoting anything or anybody peripheral to her that's like hosting her. I think I have a right to do it. I think that's okay. So I'm probably unlisting like Darius and irrelevant streams from my shit until they're finished with that arc, or until she's made false rape accusations against them or whatever. And then maybe they get tired of her, moved on.
He said that you said something to whatever people about him. The whatever people? Brian asked me why people were harassing me in his chat, and I told him. And then I said, and then Brian was like, okay, do you not want me to have him on? And I was like, I don't care what you do. You're an adult man. I just want you to make sure that he doesn't bring me up, because I didn't bring him up, and I want this to all be over, and I think this is all cringe. That's all I said to Brian.
That's not all she said, by the way, and I know that for a fact.
Dude, I'm
but keep talking.
not a good May player.
Makes my life easier.
Oh, can't see the gameplay. Oh my god, I'm actually stupid. Okay, sorry. Sorry, I'm dumb.
Have you seen the D&D movie? I have not yet.
He just tries to discredit you by referring to the Hasan situation, which he didn't care at all about when it happened. He didn't care at all about it when it happened. At all.
He didn't care at all, but I stopped her from talking about it on my stream like twice.
Because it's
another good lie.
To discredit me, and yeah,
okay.
whatever.
Wait, Vim, you record this stuff, right?
This is someone who literally Steven literally said publicly that Hasan went to a brothel that got rated for sex trafficking, and he's talking about like
that's true
as
though.
If I made some fault. Like, that's a way worse allegation.
What? She accused him of fucking a minor.
Like, it's just ridiculous. This whole thing is really, really ridiculous. And then he like keeps talking about me, so then I have to keep talking about him, and then he throws a fit when I talk about him. It's just like, it's looping. He's Anna looping, literally Anna loop. All he does is fucking loop. He like watches me on stream. He's like, listen, the pussy couldn't have been that mid. The pussy couldn't have been that mid for this behavior to arise.
When's this? So is this happening? I don't know. I'm probably shipping stuff to my lawyer tonight.
It's just cringe.
But I'm waiting for that thread
Just
to finish on my subreddit.
No.
Hasan says I got rated for tax evasion.
I think it's unacceptable, not just cringe. You accuse Hasan of a crime he could go to jail for. That's not true. That's literally not true. Wait, you don't think that you can go to jail for human trafficking for buying a prostitute? Like, hello? We were in a state where the age of consent, it was 16. And I don't care. And I don't care about whether or not I think that the age of consent thing is so fucking stupid. None of you care about the age of consent. None of you think that, nobody thinks that Hasan did anything bad. They just think that it's bad that I said it because Steven has thrown this like red herring out. Nobody cares. Literally nobody cares if Hasan, like, if Hasan were to f a fucking 15-year-old, nobody would fucking care.
Jesus.
In this space. Everyone in this space is depraved. They just care that I said something about it. Privately. They just said
privately?
I said
Didn't she publish it on her blog? Okay. Nice. How old was the girl? She was 19, but Lab keeps saying she's 17.
Destroy your career. Nice to see that he failed. I mean, yeah, that's the whole thing. That's why he's so mad. Is he really did try his best to destroy my career, and he saw that he didn't, and he's throwing a fit. Friendly reminder that Steven admitted he wants you to kill yourself. I sincerely believe that's his goal. Yeah. Like, how are you? He's like threatening like legal action. I'm like, how are you threatening legal action, and then you say something like that? Yep.
What's illegal about saying I wish somebody would kill themselves? What's the illegal part?
And you're gonna go before the judge and say, yes, I want this person to kill themselves. Like,
we're not going to court for what I think about her wanting to kill. What the fuck? How does Life get away with saying she was 17? Are there firm dates on what happened? There are firm dates. She's lying.
I knew mauled out
100%.
that the whatever podcast went so well. Yeah, it's very silly. It's very silly. Trying to censor you by any means possible, including legal action. Yikes. And this is all to say, and when he said last night, he said, let me read you these.
Oh, I like she reads all my chat logs.
And if he wants me to stop talking about him publicly, he should probably stop talking about me publicly. Correct? Let's see. He said...
Is defamation decided by jury? It depends on what kind of trial it is. I doubt we'll actually get to trial, but who knows?
Fuck, I feel like such a bad cucked person, but like I don't know what to say. Feel it so insane to have laughed just casually in orbit now after she literally dropped completely fake Harvey Weinstein allegations on me. It's so fucking annoying. Like I wish this person would just kill themselves already.
True.
Or fuck off from my shit forever.
True.
Your shit?
True.
Meaning the people that you stream with, your shit, so you do
True.
own them? Like it just looks so bad. Like I don't know what the fuck he's doing. But now it just feels weird. Let's see. It feels gross. Like she's literally a serial false abuser.
True. False accuser.
Like false accuser, he means? Which I'm not.
She is.
Like,
I think she's done that 3 times now. Me, Hassan, and the other guy in the past
only thing
from
that was
TikTok.
False, and it was by accident, right? Because
okay.
of my age. Because I got something. I made a mistake, and I didn't go public with it.
Is she rich enough to sustain the trial?
Like,
I mean, I can go after her OnlyFans income, basically. If she's married, I can go after her husband's income as well. But
the information, and everyone wants to say, like, I know that it was shitty and fucked up, and that I shouldn't have said anything, especially in a place where other people could have seen it, but it's not like I was coming forward and I was like accusing him of anything like substantial. It was just like, I think he's a hypocrite. I was accusing him of being a hypocrite, right?
Me?
And even if she was 19, that age difference is still fucking whatever, dude.
What? When it was like 19 and 23 or 19 and 24? That was creepy?
Fuck. About, like, he should be a fucking felon. He's paid for sex. He's bought prostitutes before. Like, go to jail. Anyway. And then he says, she's used the clout she built off of my community now to get, go on podcasts. I'm going on. I had no idea he was going on the whatever podcast, and I planned this a month ago. I literally planned to go on the whatever podcast over a month ago, and I, like, existed, like, nobody on my Instagram knows about Steven. Nobody on my Instagram knows about Steven. This is like a very small community, completely away from my previous.
You wouldn't go after her husband, though, would you? If they're married, then yeah, both incomes become at risk. Of course I would.
Brian had no clue who I was. He didn't know that I was a feminist.
That's the beauty of being married.
About me.
You're in it together, boys.
Again, and then, let's see. It's not like Anna or someone who I've had problems with. It's someone who's... Okay, so this is 3 messages away from each other. No, it's 6 messages away from each other. She's literally a false abuser who's all but accused me as rape. 3 messages later. She's the worst type of woman. It's someone who's literally false rape accused me.
Wait until they marry. Defamation claims have a 1-year statutory limit, so...
How can both things be true? How can you say that I've all but accused you of rape, which, like, super loaded and emotional, and then say that I literally false rape accused you?
That would full on be morally indefensible if you bankrupted her husband and had nothing to do with this. First of all, I'm not going to bankrupt anybody. They said they're rich. Secondly, when you're married, you become at risk for your partner's financial liabilities. If a woman were to take out, or if a man were to take out a $5 million loan and go bankrupt, you don't think his wife would be responsible? Of course you would. That's part of getting married. Part of getting married is you are now financially tied to the person that you're getting married to. Marriage is a romantic and a business proposition. That's literally what marriage is. Yeah, of course. If Melina was out here taking a whole bunch of fucking crazy loans or doing crazy shit, then I would be on the hook for it. That's part of being her husband. This is part of having, like, yeah, of course.
Only attention I've ever gotten from coming forward about being uncomfortable with the dynamic I was in Steven's orbit is negative attention. It's just literally people harassing me. Like, it's just DGGers harassing me. What attention do I get? That, like, it's just... there's something so wrong. I think that Steven's also mad that, like, he could have Anna come back and in and out of his life on his terms, and I've just completely been like, dude, I don't want to fucking talk to you, you're a loser.
Why did you re-add me on Discord then to talk shit?
There's him. And that he can't shut me up. I think that also really bothers him. Like, Yeah. I think that Steven's really mad that he can't control the world like he can control DGG. Right? He can't control. I go on whatever, I get really good reviews on whatever, I do really well, and then he gets really, really fucking mad because he can't control all of public perception of me.
So true, Queen.
Right? Like, he can't, like, he can go on and say Lav bad, Lav's a liar, Lav's whatever. That'd be super cringe to do. That'd be super cringe to do. Especially because he's like, I mean, you can, at that point, it's damages to my career, right? At that point, it's defamation, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, we'll see what happens. His whole lawsuit thing that he's trying to do with me, I have not lied about anything in regards to Steven. I have not, there's no defamation, there's no damages, there's no nothing. So, not really sure what this cease and desist is going to look like. Maybe I'll read it on stream. Not sure what the cease and desist is going to look like, especially if he can't stop f***ing talking about me, right? Like, you know what I mean?
Know what I'm saying?
But there's certainly not going to be a fucking lawsuit because there's no laws being broken. There's no judge, no lawyer is going to take anything he said seriously. So, like, I think he can convince DGG. He can convince DGG, but he can't convince a court system or the general population. So, it's just a little silly. That discovery phase of the lawsuit is going to be crazy. What can you really do about a lying little white woman? Absolutely nothing. Oh god, you guys are cringe. The brigade's coming in. The brigade's coming in. Both of you can't stop talking about each other. I don't talk about him unless he talks about me. I literally, like, it's been weeks, and he's literally brought me up on his stream multiple times. Even Abba was like, dude, what are you doing? It's cringe. He's obsessed with me. He's obsessed with me. You accused him of No, I didn't! Dude, you guys are crazy. I won't be reading the comments anymore. Any stupid comments anymore.
Based.
White men protecting their daddy, sure. Like, you guys are fucking... You guys are idiots.
True.
But anyway. Just fuck already? Disgusting. Disgusting.
She's right, though.
Anyway,
what damages can you provide?
Now.
In California, I've already spoke to the lawyer about this. I think in California, I think there are some statutory damages due to, it's the types of claims that are being made. I'd have to go back and ask him again. But I don't necessarily have to prove damages for this type of defamation claim. I don't remember what he said exactly. If there's a lawyer in here, there's like certain types of defamation claims where some damages are statutory. You don't have to prove damages. Or the penalties are statutory, or there's a name for this. I don't remember. The reason why I chose California is because I think California is a bit more favorable, and I think, and because that's where the defamatory claims were made. So there's like, I think he said that I could do federal jurisdiction, I could do it in Florida, or I could try to do it in California. So she said that on Darius' stream, I'd be like, well, I guess we'll find out when papers are served. Her husband might be able to be served as well. Or her fiance, possibly, if they're married, but I guess we'll find out, huh?
I can't take it! I can't take it!
Is the point of the lawsuit to get money or a retraction from her under oath? I don't know, it depends on how mean my lawyer is. I was super honest with him. I was like, I want to be really brutal with this, so I don't know if I'll push for retraction or not. Generally, if I get people to shut the fuck up and stop talking about me completely, I'm usually okay. Like, I was okay for that under, the phrase is per se defamation. That might have been it. But I don't know with her if it's enough for her to just not talk about me. I might push for a retraction from her. I'm not sure. The thing is that for Keffels, there wasn't really much money to go after. So if I pushed that like all the way, that lawyer, the lawyer that I had in Canada was very expensive. That was a $600 an hour lawyer that helped me draft the cease and desist and push that potentially to court on that. This guy in the US is a lot more reasonable, but Lav makes money. She has like assets to go after. So it makes more sense to push farther it makes more sense to push more aggressively into this if I can't get a retraction, you know? Are you concerned about any anti-slap stuff? No. From the Harvey Weinstein comment, I think gets me over the anti-slap stuff like pretty easily. Like the comments she's made are insanely egregious. And the fact that it's shown up on like in Mr. Girl's article and across so many YouTube channels and stuff, I think that's a pretty insane comment to make, so. Should you not be discussing this on stream? What does it matter? I think I'm in the right. I'm not saying anything that's going to hurt my case. Like, I think she's defamed me. The statements have already been made in the past. It's not like we can undo what's already happened. Like what's the... It's not like I'm suing her because I'm, like, trying to be, like, I'm, like, lying about anything I'm saying. Like, she's legitimately defamed the fuck out of me. She's legitimately lying about me. She's legitimately, like, fixed this in time across multiple mediums, across multiple platforms, and she knows that it's false, right? Not only she defamed me, I think it literally rises to the actual Malice standard. And, yeah, fuck her. Why aren't you going this hard against Max? Okay, I'm only gonna say this one more time, okay? For defamation against public figures, you have to prove that the person was acting with malice, okay? Meaning that they are almost certainly knowing that the claims they're making against you aren't true. I don't think with Max, I think Max actually thinks I'm a weird serial abuser or whatever. So legally, he's not really touchable. I think he's fucking crazy, and he thinks I am a serial abuser with women. So I can't, there's nothing you can really do to Max legally. Like, it's not defamation if he believes it. For Lav, I think Lav, I know that Lav knows she's lying. She's absolutely making it up, and she wants the attention from it. It's a different type of thing. Lav knows she's lying. She's acting with malice. I don't think Max is. Wait, what happened here?
I can't take it! I can't take it!
Why would I link this? What is even playing? Is this a truck driver? How do you know she's intentionally lying? Because she's contradicted herself so many different times that it's become obvious. So for instance, that when she says, I was uncomfortable because of the openness of our sexual relationship, but then later on she says, oh, me and my fiance closed our relationship at that time. Well, then that means you weren't uncomfortable. You just made that up. You post hoc added that. When she says things like, oh, I knew when he did the Welcome to the Orbiters Club that we were in pay for play, but then later on she says, Mr. Girl pointed out that he said that. I didn't even realize that at the time. Oh, then you didn't feel that pressure. That's not true. And then when we spoke personally on Discord and she's like, no, there's nothing you did wrong. I don't think you could have done anything differently. That's a lot different than her saying you should have been more responsible. Like, she's contradicted herself several times, and the contradictions are ones that have her rewriting history to make a more favorable narrative towards what she believes, right? That's like, it's malicious. At the very least, like, Mr. Girl has been consistent in thinking I'm some weird serial sexual coercive abuser guy. Like, Mr. Girl's been consistent because he probably thinks it. But Lav is literally rewriting these things because she wants it to favor her argument more. Because she's acting with malice, I would say.